I just wanted to, I guess, give a quick update on my own awakening. I just did a Kundalini activation this morning. I do them periodically. I think this is maybe like my 8th. And they typically just make me so, I don't have like wildly activating anything, but they make me more in tune with my intuition. Today was absolutely wild to the point where I felt, and I felt it in layers. I always feel it in layers, but now I felt like with my eyes closed could see how we were all one. And yeah, I do, however, it's interesting because Lindsay yesterday commented about me becoming clairvoyant, and I then after that moment got like a knowing after sign of like, this is what you need to do in your next integration, is like fully integrating in the third eye chakra. So I guess I am going to be doing like a full decalcification protocol kind of situation, a ritual over the next couple of weeks and see where we're at. There was just so much that came through. It's hard to describe, but in hindsight, like looking back, I can see what led me to this huge awakening. Like I already was very connected to Christ through the body, but what led me to then like seeing us all as one and like really dismantling everything was pulling myself out of the survival, pulling myself out of the physical realm and going inwards, and like deciding that this was going to be a path that I was ready to step into, and it was going to be just spiritual focus, like all of my discipline going there. And that is what then opened my heart chakra. And that was like the day that I saw, it was like the opening of the channel, right? Because our energy gets stuck in the chakra system. So this is also a reminder, if you have not already done, or you haven't been following through with the Mary Spiral, it's in the classrooms and it's just under the Mystic Vault. So let me just confirm exactly what it's called under there so that you can go find it. It is Full Moon plus the Spiral of 7 challenge. So Mary Spiral is in there. Day 1 to 4 are already live. Day 5, which is today, is going to be live this evening. So yeah, just make sure you go in and do it, because it really is like, in the physical plane, our energy gets stuck in the chakra system, right? So it gets your 3, which if you didn't do the full moon ritual, then I highly recommend doing that, because we really pushed the physical stuck energy, which is where most of us feel stuck, right? Like we may have had a bit of an awakening, but most of us do feel stuck in that physical, which is the root, the sacral and the solar plexus. And so I'm really inviting you to unstuck the energy and go in and do the free Mary Spiral that's in the Mystic Vault. It's essentially just meant to activate each chakra. If you didn't join us for the full moon ritual, the full 90 minutes is there. There's journaling, there's lighting stuff on fire, which I'm so bad I haven't planted it yet, but I haven't figured out my real intention yet. So we're gonna save that until I'm ready. There's gross muck on the side of my metal bowl. But on the positive note, we didn't burn down the house. Yeah, so I really invite you to do that, because most of us have that stuck trauma within the root, sacral, and solar plexus, like the root being like our safety. So learning to create safety within the nervous system. And then within that, we then start to create faith, or like the physical world starts to manifest in the same manner. And then learning to create and allow the ebbs and flows of the sacral chakra, of the womb of co-creation, if you will. And I really do find, obviously I'm manifesting generator, and I'm a bit biased. But a lot of people will get their Christ through the body, through the sacral, and through those creative rushes. And then moving into your solar plexus, which is also emotion. It's like kind of both are tied to emotion. But the solar plexus being like your will center, right? Like your power center, like then finding your power instead of feeling powerless, and then opening the heart chakra being like a big one. So think about that in that way, right? Where am I stuck? right? And then the heart chakra opening up is a hard one too, because then it's like, how do I start integrating that? How do I start bringing like actual Christed universal love to my day-to-day life? And then through that, then finding your voice, which is like day 5 today, is obviously the throat chakra, which you'll have access to later. And then being able to express your truth, whatever that looks like. And again, we talked about this in the full moon ritual, because I feel like I'm being redundant on what I talked about live then. But and then your third eye is that clairvoyance, is that ability to really, like, I think in the process of getting to the point where I'm now becoming clairvoyant and like actually I know I'm stepping into that next phase, I really have noticed that I've had to heal so much and really step into whatever expressiveness that I've had to. And it's almost like a step-by-step getting ready to, because the energy flows in a channel, right? So it's not really like you can do one and then the other. Like you might be working a little bit on a few at a time, but you really have to heal one at a time to be able to bring that up, to be able to open your heart chakra. So when you think like your heart chakra, it's interesting. Let me just blow your mind here for a second and go into nutrition. Okay, so when we think about how we're going to decalcify the pineal gland, pineal? Anyways, my brain, not braining. It's Sunday. We're not okay. But anyways, when you think about that, you're actually healing the thyroid. Isn't this wild? The things that you take to open up your pineal gland, your third eye, the things that you're taking to heal in order to open up third eye, activate third eye, if you will, are iodine. You know, there's selenium. There are things that you would take to fix your thyroid as a physical ailment. So you're literally, in order to activate this, you're healing what's below it. So just a little wacky food for thought. If you haven't already, go and do the full moon ritual. I hope you love all of the activations for each individual chakra that we have being released, and Juan has done an amazing job of just talking about Mary Magdalene throughout this too, and the 7 quote-unquote demons. And yeah, I feel like there's more I had to say, but I honestly, after this morning's Kundalini activation, there's just so much still integrating, and now I have to plan out, by whatever I'm led to, this next 14 days of integration. And that's typically how my the integration is always the hardest part. I mean, but you could choose to walk away. I'm not choosing to walk away. We are fully stepping into this third eye activation, and I'm a little terrified because I've had claircognizant. I've had this knowing, which I think is through the heart chakra. In my opinion, you like make it sounds like it's supposed to be through your it sounds like it's supposed to be through your crown, even like if you're looking at human design, but I really think it is through the heart chakra, because it really has just been like a visceral knowing and understanding, and the frequency as well coming in through the heart chakra. I can really feel it often starts as a fear or love thing. But yeah, I could ramble on for hours. Just make sure you go and check out the challenge.